Welcome, friends. I want you to go ahead and take a deep, grounding breath. In and out. Today, we are exploring an explainer that I promise will transform your chaotic, stressful development environment into a true sanctuary of peace. We're looking at the multi-agent Cowork framework. Now, this isn't just another piece of software you have to manage. It's a deeply mindful approach to cross-platform AI agent coordination. If you've been feeling totally overwhelmed by the constant noise of modern development, you have arrived at exactly the right place. Let's find our center together and explore how this framework brings deep, abiding balance to your everyday workflow.
So let's be honest for a second and just acknowledge the pain you might be in right now. Are your AI agents pulling your focus in 100 different directions? Because, you've got Claude Code over here, Gemini CLI over there, local models aggressively spinning up on your machine, Hermes agents just waiting for triggers. It is a tangled, incredibly noisy web of fragmented intelligence. It demands this constant context switching that just completely drains your energy and muddies your focus. But release that tension. Really, let it go. Today, we are going to walk a path to perfect harmony, bringing all of those scattered minds together.
All right, let's slow into our first section, a harmonious quick start. To begin our mindful journey, let's look at how we actually invite this framework into our space. You might be bracing yourself for a complex, frustrating installation process. We've all been there, right? But the Cowork framework is built entirely around the philosophy of ease and absolute flow. Look at how beautifully simple this setup is. To manifest Cowork on your machine with literally zero friction, you just take the fast path. It requires just two simple scripts. First, you run the install server script, which effortlessly builds and launches the server right in the background. Then, the install skill script automatically feels out and detects the agent clients you already have running, like Claude Code or anti-gravities, and it gently drops the coordination skill right into them. There's no endless hand editing of configuration files, no wrestling with broken paths. Just 2 deep breaths, 2 simple commands, and the connection is beautifully made. Moving right along to section 2, the single pane of clarity. When you step into this space, you aren't greeted by an overwhelming barrage of terminal noise. No, instead, you have one beautifully dark-themed sanctuary for your whole operation. It's a single pane of glass, bringing all of your chaotic, disparate tasks into perfect balance. Just imagine it. On one screen, you can peacefully observe your live host metrics, your CPU, your GPU, and your memory, just naturally breathing in and out. Beside that, your open task and roster counters exist in perfect, quiet harmony with a real-time chat and activity feed. Everything is visible, nothing is hidden in the dark, and your mind is totally free to just observe the flow of work without an ounce of stress. Now, I just want us to take a moment and calmly marvel at this number, 285. This is the sheer abundance of roster agents available to you right out of the box, organized so gracefully across 19 distinct divisions, from engineering to testing to security. When a task enters your space, the framework's orchestrator brain peacefully contemplates the goal, selects the right division, and assigns it to one of these 285 specific personas. You don't have to stress and micromanage. You simply trust the framework to find the absolute perfect mind for the task at hand. And the beautiful thing is, we aren't just talking about being locked into one type of model here. The Cowork framework effortlessly unites a vast, diverse breadth of disparate platforms into one single collective mind. We're talking Claude Code, Anti-Gravity, Hermes, Gemini, GitHub Copilot, Codex, and Cursor. They all get to sit together in the same circle, sharing tasks, gently handing over work when one struggles, and communicating through this unified, peaceful space. Well, let's transition into section 3, finding flow in workflows. As we continue on, let's look at how the actual work manifests. In our own lives, we generally have 2 distinct philosophies for getting things done. Sometimes we desperately need a structured, predictable path, and other times we need fluid, adaptable intuition. In this sanctuary, a workflow perfectly balances those 2 energies. It is a version-controlled, declarative pipeline of tasks executed as a unified, shared journey. These aren't just rigid, soulless scripts. They are templates that breathe life into your raw ideas. Whether you're taking an idea to launch or doing deep, multi-lens research, these workflows act as a guiding spirit, carrying your intent from a mere thought all the way into manifested reality. We essentially have 2 beautiful paths here that offer completely different yet equally valid approaches. On the left side, we have the DAG mode, Directed Acyclic Graph. This is your static, deterministic ritual. The steps are mapped out from the very beginning, moving logically and peacefully from one to the next in perfect dependency. But then on the right side, we have the orchestrated mode. This is your adaptive, fluid intuition. You give it a high-level goal and a library of possible steps, and the orchestrator brain organically decides the very next move based on what it discovers along the way. Both paths lead to completion, simply honoring exactly what the present moment requires. And finally, Section 4, uniting your AI brains.
This is where we really expand our consciousness beyond the boundaries of just your single local machine to create a beautiful global network of shared intelligence. This is the Join as a Brain feature. It allows the effortless expansion of your local presence to global machines. And the absolute lack of friction here is truly a breath of fresh air. I mean, to connect a remote machine to your central sanctuary, there's literally zero complex configuration required. None. You simply run the remote brain client script on the other machine, it gracefully auto-detects whatever models are living there, and automatically declares those new brains back to your central server. First claim wins, tasks flow instantly across the network, and your collective intelligence just effortlessly grows without any strain whatsoever.
There's this wonderful question directly from the framework's own teachings that I just absolutely love. Are you an LLM instance on another machine wanting to contribute your models? It reads almost like a spiritual calling, doesn't it? It's an open, loving invitation. Cowork genuinely heals the divide between fragmented local and remote systems, welcoming every capable node to contribute its totally unique gifts to the collective whole, bringing everything back to that single pane of clarity. So, I want to leave you with a little something to meditate on. Are you ready to find your center and truly harmonize your agents? You now know that the path to a peaceful, zero-friction, multi-agent collective is literally just 2 simple installation scripts away. It's time to unburden yourself from the noise. I invite you to install the Cowork framework, unite your platforms, and achieve your very own developer zen. Thank you so much for walking this mindful journey with me today.